Today I'm reading another book from the Fountas and Pinnell Library with permission from Heinemann. Think about the artists we've read about and the work they have created. Today we will read about an artist who is not known for paintings but for his sculptures and designs. Isamu Noguchi is a famous artist whose biracial heritage influenced his art. Here he is shown on the cover as a young boy. The East-West House. Noguchi's childhood in Japan is written and illustrated by Christy Hale. What do you think an East-West house might be? Let's see if we can find out. I'm going to read this little piece at the front that kind of sets up the whole piece of this little boy's biography. In 1901, Japanese poet Yoneshiro Noguchi arrived in New York. Although he had already published 2 books of poetry in English, Yoni was still unsure of the language. He advertised for assistance and hired Leonie Gilmore, a Scottish-Irish-American editor and teacher. The two worked well together, and soon a romance developed. Yoni declared his love for Leonie and promised they would marry. But in the spring of 1904, Yoni suddenly returned to Japan, even though Leonie was expecting their child. Leonie and her mother then moved to Los Angeles, where the baby was born on November 17, 1904. This story is about that little boy. Yoni realized he still needed Leonie's help with his English works, and he tried to convince her to come to Japan. Leonie refused at first, but finally decided to go. She feared that growing anti-Japanese sentiment in the United States would affect her biracial child. So in March 1907, Leonie and her 2-year-old son journeyed from the West to the East. Father's house in Tokyo glowed with moonlight through the shoji screens. Shadows on the wall moved like waves as tiny fingers curled in play. With Mama, he had sailed countless days from America to this unknown place. Then a stranger father chose his name, Isamu, Mr. Courageous. Now Father had another family. His home was not their harbor. Outside, a bamboo flute cried through the barren trees, and a chilly wind scattered leaves. Unwelcome, they remained. Never long in one place, they were Gaijin, foreigners, shunned by everyone. Together they explored Japan, sat silently in gardens. Isamu listened to the wind and the current. He held each leaf up close. He walked, watching shadows shift. Light on the stones reveals secret colors. Water mirrored shapes above, a kaleidoscope in motion. Earth, rock, flowers, trees. These were Isamu's trusted friends. He dug deep to make his own stream and steered its course with a stone. At school, he tried to join in play, but others teased and turned from him. Left out and alone, Isamu made a different kind of joy. He molded a clay to form a wave, then painted it blue like Mama's eyes, holding soft earth in his hands. He almost forgot his loneliness. Mama bought a tiny wedge of land under Shikasaki pines, an unwanted, awkward sloping lot looking out to sea. Only 8, Isamu drew up plans to make a small, distinctive house, half Eastern, half Western in design. It was a mixture like his own. He supervised construction, watched each detail with care. Evenings he shared his notes with Mama, reports of his dreams growing tall. 3 rooms laid out on the bottom floor, and 1 large room on top. The builder's done. Now it remained for Isamu to add his touch. Apprenticed to a carpenter, he sculpted waves in cherry wood, carved panels for the sliding doors that moved from east to west and back again. He nestled close to Mama's side as she read him myths of ancient Greece. Outside their window, Mount Fuji swelled, inspiration for Isamu to hold. With the world in his hands, his imagination soared. Where emptiness once lived, Isamu created home.